There's always room for more monsters. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down the top 10 monsters we want to see in the Godzilla Monsterverse. Or just Monsterverse. But come on, we all know Godzilla's the star here. It's his Monsterverse.
This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Damn right.
For this list, we're looking at the giant monsters and enemies that we want to see join Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers Cinematic Universe, be it as a standalone film or part of an ensemble monster mashup. And we're not limiting our choices to Toho monsters either. Because we'll be discussing Godzilla King of the Monsters in relation to our picks, there will be some spoilers in the video ahead.
Oh, shit.
Number 10. Mecha King Ghidorah. If you stuck around for the post-credit scenes in King of the Monsters, you'll have seen that Charles Dance's character, eco-terrorist Alan Jonah, purchased one of King Ghidorah's severed heads from an earlier action scene. While the three-headed titan is shown to have regenerative abilities, it's hard to imagine a severed head could regenerate a whole body. Instead, this could be an indicator that the cyborg monster may be getting an appearance. First introduced in 1991's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, it was created with King Ghidorah's body merged with cutting-edge technology. It was also controlled by a pilot, and, well, let's be real here, who better to drive such a behemoth than Tywin Lannister himself?
We can't stand the rain anymore! Get out!
I know that!
Number 9. Goro. This underappreciated monster served time as the main villain for the 1964 film of the same name. A lesser-known monster movie by Gojira director Ishiro Honda, rather than the lumbering creatures of most Godzilla movies, this eerie space monster was a graceful, squid-like creature that floated in the sky. This striking effect was created by legendary effects artist E.G. Tsuburaya, and it was accomplished by using a small puppet suspended in a tank of water to give the appearance of weightlessness.
I can't stop it!
Even half a century later, it's a mesmerizing effect, and we'd like to see a version of this creature bring its unique appearance and abilities to future Monsterverse movies.
The space cell wasn't destroyed, the rockets caused a chain reaction and it's multiplied.
Nuclear fission?
And we don't know how long it will continue to multiply.
Number 8. King Caesar. The Monsterverse leans heavily on the idea that the Titans were worshipped as gods by ancient civilizations, and this classic Godzilla monster uses the very same idea. A hairy dog-like creature, it was first brought to the screen in 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, which introduced it as an ancient guardian of an Okinawan family. Its appearance and mythology is based on a real-world concept, a mythological beast known as Shiza, which was mistranslated into Caesar. In ancient myth, Caesar was said to battle a terrible dragon, which was echoed in the film with the benevolent monster it fought with Mechagodzilla. Dragon, robot monster, close enough, right? This creature would fit right into the Monsterverse. Number 7. Baragon. This quadrupedal monster first appeared in another underappreciated gem of classic monster cinema, 1965's Frankenstein Conquers the World, where it battled a colossal version of Mary Shelley's iconic monster. First portrayed as a dinosaur that escaped the extinction event, it was later reimagined as one of several guardian monsters, mystical creatures who battled a rampaging Godzilla. While the Horn monster died in battle in both of its appearances to date, we'd love to see it make a comeback in the Monsterverse, especially given as its origin would fit perfectly with the new origins of the Monsterverse Titans. And come on, who can resist those big floppy ears? Number 6. Gigan. Another one of Godzilla's most iconic foes, this deadly monster may look like a chicken, but it sports bladed arms and a spinning blade protruding from its torso. With these weapons, it's no wonder it was the first monster ever to draw blood from the King of the Monsters. At least in the classic film series anyway. Hailing from space, it was first summoned to Earth by a race of cockroach-like aliens. It later returned in a tag team battle, helping Megalon battle Godzilla and the robot Jaguar. Especially when you look at the revamped version from Godzilla Final Wars, this is one of the coolest and most imposing monsters in Godzilla's rogue gallery. Now if only he could get a damn good film. Number 5. Clover. Yeah, we're going that way. While never officially named, this creature's attack on New York set the stage for 2008's found footage movie Cloverfield, and helped introduce modern kaiju films to Western audiences. A massive but proportionately spindly creature, it would fit right into the Monsterverse, where similar looking monsters like the Mudos have already appeared. This one will probably end up as wishful thinking, however, as the Cloverfield franchise is owned by Paramount, while the Monsterverse is the property of Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers. Big studios teaming up isn't unheard of, but it would take a lot of legal wrangling, and each studio would probably insist that their respective monster gets equal screen time, making screenwriting a headache. Number 4.
Mechagodzilla!
He may have already made his American film debut in Ready Player One, but this mechanical doppelganger really deserves that legendary touch. Godzilla's robotic rival first appeared as an exact duplicate of the iconic monster, scream aside, before having his outer skin burned off to reveal the robotic creature within. The Showa-era version was constructed by an alien race to conquer the world, but subsequent iterations were actually piloted mecha, created to defend humanity from the threat of Godzilla himself. It's this latter version that would be the most interesting to see in the Monsterverse. Given Godzilla's ever-growing power levels, it's reasonable to assume that humanity would develop a weapon to defend themselves. Plus, you know, the humans are kinda useless right now on their own.
The time has come, finally, to put our technology to the final test.
Number 3. Gamera. Since his first appearance in 1965, this titanic turtle has been one of Godzilla's biggest box office rivals, and we absolutely need to see them duke it out on screen. Initially introduced as a rampaging prehistoric monster, he was quickly revamped as a benevolent guardian of the Earth, and a friend to all children.
I don't like monsters. Gamera is the friend of all children. Is he really? Gamera!
After a string of films in the 1960s and 1970s, the venerable monster got a 90s makeover for a trilogy of films, further cementing his legacy as one of the great cinematic monsters. If Toho and Dai Studios put their rivalry aside to allow Gamera to appear in his own Monsterverse film, then have him share the screen with Godzilla, it would be a dream come true for millions of fans. Now, play that song, kids! Number 2, Destoroyah. Not Destroyer, Destoroyah. A key scene in King of the Monsters sees Godzilla and King Ghidorah hit by an experimental weapon known as the Oxygen Destroyer. Not only is this a direct reference to the weapon used to kill Godzilla in his first film, but it also opens the door for this deadly monster. A mutant created by the use of the Oxygen Destroyer, this fearsome monster is one of the most powerful in Godzilla's rogues gallery, and we can't think of many enemies who would be better suited to follow up King Ghidorah and Kong as Godzilla's next sparring partner.
I have a feeling this is going to be Godzilla's last fight.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Not quite there yet. Almost though. Just be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to the countdown. Number 1, Gypsy Danger. Before you say anything, remember this iconic line.
To fight monsters, we created monsters of our own.
While characters like Gamera and Clover would be tricky to bring over to the Monsterverse due to licensing issues by different companies, there are no such hurdles keeping this monster-punching robot at bay, because Pacific Rim is already owned by Legendary Pictures. The star mecha of the franchise, this titanic robot is custom built for monster fighting, and we think it's ready to take on the king of the monsters himself. The gigantic mech would definitely be a formidable foe for Godzilla, thanks to its powerful weapons and well-honed fighting skills.
No pulse.
His origins may have to be rebooted to fit into the Monsterverse, but who cares? This fight would make it worth the efforts. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.